Tonight on CTV News at 5.
A lot of chicken wings, a lot of nachos. I think we're gonna do some of the cupcakes and stuff like that.
The Super Bowl of snacks. Maritimers prepare for touchdowns on the field and on the table.
We're just looking forward to beating the fire teams, you know.
And Battle of the Badges. First responders face off for bragging rights.
Not quite as cold tonight as some cloud rolls in. Chilly temperatures, though, through the weekend.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, food and football. The Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots are set to square off this Super Bowl Sunday. And while the game is the main attraction, the food is definitely a valuable player. As CTV's Vanessa Wright reports, whether you're making it, ordering it, or just eating it, game day grub is a big part of the party. Hi there, Vanessa.
Hi there, Maria. And for some, it's what makes or breaks the party. This Super Bowl Sunday, Canadians will have a bit of everyone's favorites on their menu.
We're just 2 days away from Super Bowl 60. It's expected 8.5 million people will tune in, including Canadians. Many are taking the next 24 hours to finalize their plans, and as usual, they're going all out.
I'm having a party at my house I play on a volleyball team, so we're all gonna go over and cheer on the Patriots.
Whether you're looking forward to the game or the halftime show, perhaps everyone's most asked question is what will be on the menu.
Chicken wings.
A lot of chicken wings, a lot of nachos. I think we're gonna do some of the cupcakes and stuff like that and decorate them with little Patriot stuff, so it'll be a lot of fun.
In previous years, Canadians consumed as many as 82 million wings on game day alone. No doubt a popular choice this year and perhaps a cheaper one.
We're not expecting as many to go for beef, for sure, because beef is very expensive, but we are expecting pork, sausages, for example, and bacon, of course, and chicken to be extremely popular.
Though many people will opt out of cooking it this year, instead they'll have it come to them.
Because of the winter we're having in Canada, not just the Atlantic, but in Canada, a lot of people will likely order in. So we are expecting a lot of drivers around delivering food at people's homes.
So local sports bars and pubs are making sure they're ready for that takeout traffic, as well as anyone who plans on watching the game at their restaurant.
Anytime you can get a group of people in here cheering, it's a lot of fun. We're ready. We're ready. We got nachos, potato skins, chicken wings, whatever you need, fried pepperoni especially.
And Maria, something that will also be popular, the booze. According to Charlebois' report, beer remains a natural companion for many households. It's the preference of 66% of viewers who are legal drinkers. Maria.
Doesn't actually surprise me, Vanessa. Are you going to be watching this weekend?
You know what? I'm not a big NFL fan, but I am a big NBA fan.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? Maybe I'll tune in. We'll see.
All right. Maybe you can watch for the food and the halftime show. That's why I'll be watching.
Definitely the halftime show, and I will definitely be having wings as well. So
in solidarity, yeah. Thank you so much, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center this evening. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We are asking, what is your favorite part of the Super Bowl? Your options are the game, the food, the commercials, or the halftime show. Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, let's head over to the anchor desk. Todd Batt is standing by with the day's headlines.
Hi there, Maria. Leading us off tonight, a fourth young person has been charged with sexual assault in connection with that alleged hazing incident involving a Truro area hockey team we told you about last night. Police say the youth was arrested without incident yesterday. 3 others are also facing serious sexual assault charges. We'll get the latest from Jonathan McGinnis tonight at the top for our newscast. The Fredericton Police Force claims it's taking steps to do better after an error caused the accused in 2 murder cases to walk free last year. The force has now hired a former RCMP investigator to strengthen their major crimes unit. CTV's Laura Brown will have an update at 6. It could soon cost you more to park in the Halifax area, if you can find a spot at all. The city is considering pumping up the price for meters and making motorists pay on the weekends. That's something they don't do now. And that weekend plan has never been popular with businesses, especially in the downtown, and we'll hear about that in the newscast tonight. Let's hear about the weather. Kayla Mitchell on board, and numbers are looking relatively chilly.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty typical cold in place for February evening around the Maritimes. So keep that in mind if you're headed out, maybe taking care of some last-minute preps for your Super Bowl party. You will want to throw on a jacket if you're heading out there. Now, last night we had clearing, and that allowed for temperatures to become quite cold across the region. Tonight, though, we're going to have a little bit of cloud cover that'll increase for the region. And remember, this time of the year, cloud cover acts as a little bit of a blanket. So yes, a typical February cold out there this evening and tonight, but not as cold as it was last night. Temperatures right now for the province of New Brunswick in the range of -5 to -9. So again, -5 at Charlottetown, -6 at Summerside. And in Nova Scotia for the mainland right now, most temperatures between -4 and -7. In Cape Breton, though, many communities sitting around -3. Here's a look at the winds. They're out of the northeast. They're being sustained in most cases between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. We are getting just a few gusts reported, mostly around parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, up close to 30 kilometers per hour, 28 at this point in time at both Lewisburg as well as Canso. Taking a look at things on radar and satellite. So I mentioned some cloud cover is going to be increasing for the region. That's showing up here in through the grays. Quite a bit of this is high cloud cover. There is a chance of some flurries for a few areas in the Maritimes tonight. The highest chance to be around Prince Edward Island, around the eastern coastline of New Brunswick, and the north and east of Nova Scotia in that continuing northeast wind. We've got a number of low-pressure systems surrounding us, but as we move into and through the weekend, none of them look like they're going to be moving directly through. I'll let you know what that means for the weekend forecast when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
I think it means no shoveling, which I think we're all very happy about. Thank you, Kaylin. All right, on to a lesser-known piece of Halifax history. A fascinating discussion at the Dalhousie Law School last night focused on the last man executed in the city of Halifax.
After 2 trials and appeals up to the Supreme Court of Canada, he was executed by hanging on March 7th, 1935.
A sizable crowd turned out for the public event re-examining the case of Daniel Sampson, a member of the celebrated No. 2 Construction Battalion in the First World War. He was twice convicted in the stabbing deaths of 2 young brothers named Heffernan, who were found by some railroad tracks in Chain Lake in 1933. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court, but the conviction stood. The penalty was never in question, and Sampson was hanged behind the courthouse on March 7th, 1935. Some of his descendants are convinced he was wrongly convicted and argue newly discovered evidence proves it.
Over the last couple of years, I've been able to identify at least 16 pieces of new evidence, probably the biggest of which is a purported confession by Daniel P. Sampson that we now believe was forged.
If the case feels familiar to you, you may remember some special reports CTV Atlantic did in the fall of 2017, including arranging the first ever meeting between the Heffernan and Sampson families. The Sampsons had never spoken publicly before then, and family members revealed he seemed different after returning from his military service. The TV exposure prompted the Last Post Fund to install a grave marker for Sampson, who's buried in the same cemetery as the young brothers. Some Halifax history for you there. All right, going to take a break here on CTV News at 5. Stay with us, though. Still ahead, find out how to win a $2,500 gift card to Charm Diamond Centers. We also have these stories.
I'm Avery McRae inside St. John's TD Station, where the Battle of the Badges is underway. The inaugural hockey tournament features 8 New Brunswick police and fire departments, including both local forces. We'll bring you to ice level, so keep it here on CTV News at 5.
Celebrate Valentine's Day, February 14th with care at the Feeling the Love Gala. Support Hospice Halifax while enjoying a gourmet dinner, dessert buffet, dance, and more. For tickets, visit hospicehalifax.ca/FTL.
Welcome back. So history is repeating itself. The dinosaurs are back at the Museum of Natural History in Halifax. CTV's Carl Pomeroy gives us a prehistoric peek at the massive exhibit.
Hi, my name is Jeff Gray. I'm the manager of the Museum of Natural History, and we are here at Dinosaur Exploration 2. Last time in 2024, we had carnivores and we had long-necked dinosaurs. This time we have plated dinosaurs like Stegosaurus and horned dinosaurs like Triceratops. So it's different dinosaurs than we've had here at the museum in the past. It's a lot of people's favorites they've asked about having a chance to see. And so we were excited to be able to bring this exhibit to the museum to continue that story from before. Generally speaking, touring exhibitions are based solely on casts. Original fossils are actually too difficult to travel in this format. And what Research Castings does is that they actually cast from real fossils from museums all over the world, and then they make them available both to those museums and to other museums who don't have a fossil record like that, so that visitors can see them. So Stegosaurus, I think, is one of probably the big five of classic dinosaurs. Has the big plates that go down the top of its back. It's one that people have asked us about being able to bring to the museum for a long time. There is an amazing Allosaurus fight scene that people will be able to see. I think that was going to be a highlight for a lot of people. For our younger visitors, there's a dig box, and you can learn about Nova Scotia dinosaurs as well.
200 million years ago, Nova Scotia was in the center of a supercontinent called Pangaea. We were down towards the equator, and it was much warmer and drier here. There would have been sand dunes, water around lakes, but quite a dry and warm time. I myself am also really interested in trying to draw and promote the value of drawing, so encourage people to bring their sketchbooks and take some time to draw some cool dinosaurs.
They're so prevalent in pop culture, in movies and in documentaries, but to be able to come and stand in front of one and not just see it on your phone or on a computer or on TV, I think makes it more real for people. So there's always a level of excitement about being able to see them in person.
Thank you, Jeff. So the exhibit opens, I believe, tomorrow and right through September. So you have lots of time to see it, but I think a lot of people are going to be clamoring this weekend for sure.
Did you hear that? We only missed having a warmer climate here in Nova Scotia by a couple million years.
Yeah.
Close.
Pangaea. Yeah. Oh, beautiful shot here, though.
Yeah, it's sunny skies today for many parts of the region. A little bit of a chill in the air. We're looking out here at Halifax Harbor, and more in the forecast next.
CTV and Charm Diamond Centers want to help you charm your Valentine. With Valentine's Day just around the corner, you could win a $2,500 gift card to Charm Diamond Centers to help express your love for that special someone. To enter, just go to ctvatlantic.ca or click on the QR code on your screen right now. We'll announce the winner on Friday, February 13th. Good luck, everybody. Kaylin Mitchell joins us now. And Kaylin, I think this is the first Friday in almost a month that we're not getting ready to kind of batten down the hatches here.
Yes, we finally broke free of that pattern of looking towards what could have been a Sunday or Monday snowfall in parts of the Maritimes, or maybe some flurries at times as we go through the weekend forecast. Looking out here at a very pretty winter scene. This is in the St. John area for today. If you were outside for today, you'd probably noticed it was a little bit colder, and I would describe the weekend temperatures as probably like seasonably chilly or seasonably cold for this time of the year. Now, barometric pressure is falling a little bit towards the lower side, and that's no surprise given that the Maritimes right now is surrounded by low pressure systems. We've got one that's up and stalled off the coastline of Labrador. We've got a second, more significant coastal low pressure system that's moved off the eastern seaboard of the United States. That's sitting to the south of the Maritimes right now. We have a large sprawling area of low pressure extending through western areas of Quebec and moving down into the northeastern United States. But despite the fact that we have all of these lows around us, it looks like they're all going to be steered pretty much clear of the region. The reason for that is the jet stream. There's widespread record-setting high temperatures the last couple of days in western parts of the country, BC and Alberta, because of this large ridge in the jet stream, allowing for some much warmer air to build up out of the United States. The jet stream then takes a very sharp dip, or dips down into a trough, as you can see over the Great Lakes and down into the southeastern U.S. And these low pressure systems, they kind of want to fall and follow along that jet stream. So this low that's off towards the west of us right now, it's going to be making its way down through the northeastern United States and then directed south and east of the Maritimes. Same thing goes for that coastal low. It's to the south of us now, and it's headed off towards the east. And this low pressure system up near Labrador, it's going to remain stalled near the coastline of Labrador. So surrounded by lows, but none of them coming directly in. So as we take a look at things on radar right now for this evening, I don't have a lot to show you. There are areas of the region that will have a chance of some patchy flurries for tonight, mostly around the east of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and the north and east of Nova Scotia. There will be increasing cloudiness for all three maritime provinces for tonight, and as I mentioned earlier, that will prevent temperatures from getting as cold as they were last night. We are going to be starting off the day on Saturday underneath pretty cloudy skies, and there will continue to be a chance of some flurries for Prince Edward Island, parts of the east of New Brunswick, especially around Moncton in the southeast, and the north and east of Nova Scotia, including the North Shore and Cape Breton as we make our way through the day. A lot of cloud cover remains in place through the day. Every once in a while, it could break up just a little bit, and then some further clearing of the cloud is expected as we make our way through Saturday night and into Sunday morning. And Sunday's weather conditions expected to be a bit more of a mix of sun and cloud around the region. Now, the wind for this evening remains out of the northeast, and tomorrow's wind as well is going to be out of the northeast. It'll be sustained between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. We may get some occasional gusts between 20 and 40. Here's a look at your low temperatures in the forecast for tonight. And for the province of New Brunswick, they are falling down still into the minus teens for most cases, minus 11 to minus 15, minus 18 up around Edmundston, and several degrees below the freezing mark still for most communities in Prince Edward Island as well as Nova Scotia. High temperatures in the forecast for Saturday for Nova Scotia between minus 1 and minus 4, for Prince Edward Island around minus 3, and for New Brunswick between minus 4 and minus 6. Quick look at Sunday's conditions shows a mix of sun and cloud for the region, a chance of flurries around Prince Edward Island, eastern areas of Nova Scotia. Most of the high temperatures between minus 2 and minus 5, except colder in the northwest New Brunswick. Let's take a look at our weather watcher. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 7-year-old Charlie Blair from New South Wales, Australia. Charlie has sent us a drawing of the 4 seasons. Charlie has grandparents that live in Headville, Nova Scotia. Weather watchers can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So pet insurance offers peace of mind as veterinary bills can run into the thousands of dollars. But as CTV's Pat Foran shows us, insurance can also cost thousands of dollars a year, especially as your animal ages.
Is Rosie a good dog?
Oh, she's the best. She just loves people.
Elaine Sitter of Toronto has had Rosie, a Bichon poodle, since she was a puppy. Now 11 years old, Rosie continues to be a wonderful companion.
I love her. She's amazing. She's my little shadow.
Sitter says a former pet died young and had expensive veterinary bills, which is why she wanted Rosie to have pet insurance. The monthly premiums were manageable in the beginning, but in 2024 they rose to $286 a month. They jumped again the next year to $470 a month, and Sitter was told for this year the premiums would be $866 each month.
I want to live comfortably, and I want her to live comfortably as well, but I just can't justify that kind of money.
Sitter is insured with 24 Pet Watch. She called to get answers regarding the massive price hike.
Your dog is older, and I'm like, yeah, that was a point of insurance, and that I was on an old plan, and they weren't honoring that old plan any longer.
We contacted the parent company of 24 Pet Watch, Independence Pet Holdings. A spokesperson said monthly premiums have risen in recent years as veterinary costs continue to increase. As claim costs rise, insurers must adjust premiums to keep pace.
The rates for younger animals will always be less expensive than those for animals as they age.
Consumer Reports advises to shop around for pet insurance or self-insure with your own savings plan.
Meaning you have a lockbox where you put that money untouched in the event that your pet does need some sort of service.
That's a lot of money.
Sitter says over 11 years she paid $17,000 in premiums and now wishes she would have had her own savings plan instead.
I really wish that I wouldn't have bothered with insurance. I could have stuck $100 away a week and would have been fine.
Thank you, Pat, for that report. All right, we're going to take a quick break here, but stay with us. Halifax-raised artist Aquaculture is known for blending music with storytelling. Tonight's African Heritage Month Music Spotlight features his spoken word piece, Make That Change, an accompanying work to his single featuring Nisha Bruger-Gossman-Lee. Here's a taste as we head to break.
When will it stop? the need to kill each other. I guess we'll never know why we don't deal with each other. What drives us to shoot each other? Knowing our mothers are friends, grandfathers and grandmothers. When does it stop? The hatred for each other.
Welcome back. The 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy are kicking off, but in St. John, there's another sporting event catching some attention. As CTV's Avery McRae shows us, New Brunswick first responders faced off in the Battle of the Badges.
8 teams, 4 representing New Brunswick police forces and 4 vying for firefighter glory. But come Sunday, only one will take home the first ever Battle of the Badges trophy.
It's been a lot of chatter around the department. It's a good time. We have informal rivalries with other departments from over the other tournaments we get into, so it's great to be here.
Both St. John Police and Fire, Fredericton Fire and Police, fire crews from Oromocto and Kennebecasis Valley, as well as the Kodiak Police and New Brunswick Sheriffs will all take to the TD Station ice over the weekend in the round-robin tournament.
Most of the guys are probably 20s and 30s. Probably half of them have a resume of at least junior A hockey, senior, CHL. Yeah, there's some really good talent out here.
Childs also notes the tournament allows the public to see first responders in a different light. On call, crews work in unison when responding to an emergency. But on the ice, those friendships are non-existent.
Any one team you really want to beat?
KV.
We're just looking forward to beating the fire teams, you know, fire versus police, all of them.
There's a buzz in the stands, too. Devin Stewart traveled from Oromocto to cheer on his hometown firefighters.
I'm excited, pumped, really pumped for this. We're going to win all the way.
And as for who the organizers would like to see win,
it's going to be the... and I hope they get it.
The tournament is sponsored by the St. John Sea Dogs, who have a pair of home games this weekend. And a ticket to watch the Q team tonight or tomorrow gets you inside the rink all weekend long. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you, Avery, and may the best team win.
Absolutely. Looks like it's going to be competitive.
Yes. Now, will we win with weather this weekend?
I think for the most part we will. It might be a little bit cloudier than most people would like, but we'll talk more about the weekend conditions coming up at CTV News at 6.
We'll see you and Todd at 6. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. The national news is next.